I know I'm not the only one who's tired of going through the same cycles in life, of just being stuck in the same areas, or just, not having balance throughout all areas of your life and committing to creating a new lifestyle for yourself. And that is why we are here today. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Happy New Year. Happy holidays. I hope you guys had a great, relaxing time with family, friends, whoever you spent your holidays with. And I hope you rejuvenated to get ready for this new year. Because I know y'all have goals. And while you shouldn't just be, setting goals and making changes at the beginning of a new year, it's just such a nice fresh start. And I think we all know that. And to jump right into it today, y'all, I know I'm not the only one who's tired of going through the same cycles in life, of just being stuck in the same areas, or just, not having balance throughout all areas of your life and committing to creating a new lifestyle for yourself. And that is why we are here today. But you know what that starts with, guys? It just starts with a little bit of radical honesty. Are you being radically honest with yourself about the things that you are or aren't doing in your life? Because if you don't even allow yourself to be honest, then you're not going to focus on changing the problem, fixing the issue, doing something different. So we are creating a blueprint. We are creating a new concept for ourselves. And I'm going to help you through it. I love motivational quotes. I love words. I love people motivating others. But a part of me knows that I can hear something, but not understand how to do it. Someone can tell me this is the way, but they're not showing me. They're not giving me the steps. They're not giving me the actual information that's going to impact me, the actual homework that I can do to make changes. And so I'm going to do the work for y'all. I'm going to do the research. I'm going to read the books. I'm going to help relay that information back to y'all. And you can join me on this journey of change because I'm tired, y'all. I don't know if you're like me in any sense. You see a vision, you have a goal, you have a future dream, you have this lifestyle that you want to create. And you know it's possible, you know it's going to happen, yet you aren't always doing the things or creating the lifestyle to sustain those dreams, to make those dreams grow, to make yourself able to amplify that by 10. So I thought, how about I take a deep dive into every area of my life and do so in an unrushed environment? That's always been one of my biggest issues. And I think we're all a little bit this way. We want things fast. We want movement fast. We want change fast. And while that is okay, you also have to understand that doing things in a state of rushness or over wanting or over desiring kind of puts you in a bad headspace. Doing things out of scarcity, doing things out of a need and a necessity instead of a calm, relaxing, peaceful mentality. I thought, why can't I just take a deep dive, as I said, into each area of my life? Truly dive into my current beliefs about that thing. Be radically honest with myself about what I believe about myself, what I believe about things such as money, relationships, love, giving, receiving, health, mental health. And then once I actually can understand maybe the negative mindsets I may have with that, I can go and rewire that. Change that subconscious thought. Because I think that's what we do a lot of the time is we just try to push in the new. We just try to insert the new thoughts, the new ideas without clearing out the old. And I'm not saying that pushing in the new doesn't already inherently start clearing some of that out, but sometimes there's no space. As a perfectionist myself, I'm trying to make sure that this doesn't come off as me being a perfectionist about my life, trying to hyper focus in on each area. But I don't see it that way because I am someone whose brain runs in every direction at once. And it really doesn't bode well for me completing goals or just, it's not even about the discipline I need to do it, but it's the completion, the 85% finish. I mostly went through. I know my flaws pretty well, as most of us do, and I think one of my big ones is not seeing things through completely, pivoting too soon, not allowing something to actually take its time to ensue if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So I have this problem of pursuing all new goals at once, for pursuing all new areas of development and trying to change my life in one fell swoop. And that's what this is for me. So I don't see it as like I'm trying to perfect every area of my life, but I'm trying to take change one day at a time, and gradually, in a way that doesn't overwhelm myself, and in a way that's going to create longevity for myself in anything that I'm doing. I just feel like I could never focus on one thing long enough for it to fully come to fruition, for it to fully bloom into the beautiful thing that I had imagined it to be in my head. And once I actually completed that thing wholeheartedly, then I could move on. Then I could tackle the next thing and, still have those habits that I've created and continue to work on them, but on the back burner while I focus 100% fully on something new. I think we are all multifaceted people who have a lot of things that we want to do. This new age of technology and distraction has not helped our mental focus at all. And I want to create a space for us to get back to that, to get back to being able to focus, to get back to being able to, change our lives, but not feel like we have to do it while we're stressed. And I think one of people's biggest resolutions in the new year's falls upon money, making more money, getting to a better place financially, getting to be secure, financial freedom. And I think that is something I really have desired in my life. And I've seen that passed down through generations. And that goal for me and my family has been so huge that sometimes I think that gets clouded by the other important things in life. And we all need money to live. That's not what I'm saying. But doing a little reading and research already, I've noticed, we have Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We have this list of what we need to thrive, to first survive, and then to thrive and expand our creativity, expand our spirituality, whatever it is you want to do. But when you look at those needs, sometimes we jump straight to the money, 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 money. And we forget about our health. We forget about our physical needs. And when you actually look at the hierarchy, the most important thing first is food, water, nutrition, rest. We skip that part because we think it's so much more important to have that extra money. And I'm not saying it's not. Don't get me wrong, guys. I understand the nuance to this, but how do you expect to fully be your most creative self, fully put your best foot forward if you haven't slept, if you haven't eaten, if you haven't gotten water? Oftentimes it's hard to focus on the creativity, the social, the self-actualization, the confidence when you haven't even gotten your basic needs. So that's one thing we're going to touch on. But let me just give you a blueprint a little bit right now about how I want this whole thing to pan out, so you can get an idea and decide if you want to join, subscribe now, like this video, and be a part of this journey that we can go through together. I don't want to put myself on a pedestal or put myself in a place of feeling like I'm telling people what to do. I know it's like a thin line to follow when I'm interested in inspiring others or motivating others to follow their dreams. It's like, yes, I'm trying to give advice. I'm trying to make you feel and understand that you're worthy and you can do anything you want and you can create anything you want in your life, while also knowing that everyone has a different version of what they want their dream life to look like. So going on this journey together, I want to show that I don't know everything. I'm learning just as much as anyone else. And I can say these things, I can tell myself these things day and night and still not do them, or still not see the benefits, or still not, or still have doubt, or still have a lack of confidence. It's like, this is just as much for me as it is to help anyone else. I don't think that I'm already 100% that ideal individual, which no one's ever going to be 100% perfect, but also in the same breath, that's the point. It's like, for so long, I think I had a little lack of belief that I could be doing this because I wasn't that. But that doesn't make me any less in the position to, share my methods, share what has worked, share what hasn't worked, share the failures and the successes. I just think that makes it even cooler, at least for me, because then I can look back at this later and be like, wow, I made mistakes, I did the process, I may have shown mistakes and it didn't work, and other people saw that too. I don't know, I think it'll be cool. I'm kind of rambling now, but back to the point, the blueprint. We're tackling each area of our life, and when I talk about the areas, I mean, what are the main things we want to focus on right now in life? That's, our vision board, our why for maybe like a few of our purposes in life. I don't think we just have one. And our subconscious mind and our radical integrity and honesty that we're about to have. So to begin, we're going to call these episodes. And I've come up with the name Dystopian Detox because we all know the kind of world we live in today. And it is a little bit of a dystopia. And so this is a goal of detoxing our minds, our bodies, our souls from a lot of the negative things that this life has to offer. Because I know we all know about it. We're starting with our subconscious mind, what it is, how powerful it is, and those thoughts that we have subconsciously that are affecting our day-to-day life, and how we change those, how we use our conscious thoughts to change those subconscious ones, because those subconscious thoughts are often what are leading your actions more than your conscious ones. Me and my friends were just talking about how we'll literally be doing something, and then we're scrolling, and I'm like, how did I get here? Go on my phone and make a call, immediately clicks TikTok or Instagram. How did I get here? You know what I mean? It's just like subconsciously we're doing things without even thinking about it. And how do we change those? Reprogramming our subconscious mind, the limiting beliefs, being radically honest with ourselves. Like I said, like sit down and talk about yourself, about your flaws. Talk about the things that you need to change. While we can give ourselves grace, we have to actually be honest to ourselves about what it is that we do that's not good, what those bad habits are that we do need to change. Sometimes we can glaze over things with grace, seeing that as an opportunity to forgive ourselves. But along with forgiveness comes changing the behavior. So if you're not doing that, giving grace doesn't matter because you're just going to continue giving yourself grace and repeating the same cycles that are haunting you day to day. Then I want to move on to nutrition. Go through that, finding healthy ways to balance our lifestyle when it comes to working out, mental health, physical health, drinking water, y'all. Are you drinking your water? Because I forget sometimes. So that's a reminder. I want to deep dive into consistency, discipline, integrity, deep dive into authenticity, self-worth, confidence, deep dive into money mindset. And once we look at each of these areas, we're going to say, what current traumas, beliefs, and reactions do I have to this thing, to money? What is my mindset? For example, I've listened to wealth affirmations before, and I can hear my subconscious mind fighting and battling a thought. Let's say one example was like something about like, I'm excited to wake up wealthy and having all that I need. Or I love being wealthy. I love having enough money. And my mind is saying, being wealthy and having a lot of money is selfish. What? Thoughts that you might have not even known that you had. And one of those ways to do that is to listen to affirmations and listen. Listen to what your brain is telling you back. I think especially as POC Black people, we have this mentality that being wealthy is bad. Capitalism is bad. And we have that for a reason, because capitalism inherently hurts us in so many ways. But that capitalism that has been gained by a certain group, a certain person that's been used against us, as much as you may think it is bad, it is not the money. It is not the currency that is bad. It is the system in which it's used. Whoever you are is amplified by the money you have. I listened to this really great podcast, and I'll have to put it in on the side because I think it's a great listen. And they talk about, is it ethical to be a millionaire? So many Black and brown people have been told that it's not, because we see the negative effects of an overaccumulation and a hoarding of wealth. And that's not what this is. Saying that you want to be wealthy is not saying that you want to hoard 90% of the wealth from the world. And if you see yourself as a person who's going to distribute that wealth in a wise way, use it for your own luxury, but also use it to help others, I don't see why you don't deserve to have that. Why we don't all deserve to have that. And the same people, as she said in this podcast, the same people that are putting out that narrative, that have given a lot of POC and minorities the mentality that wealth and capitalism is bad, are the same people who are benefiting off of you not being wealthy. The same people that are attaining wealth, living their best lives, feeling financial freedom, while you're sitting over here stressed. And so I'm just saying, like, this is a mindset that sometimes you might not even know you've had, but your parents give it to you. Your people, your environment give it to you. Sometimes we can't help what we've been taught and what we've grown up to know, but we do have an obligation and an ability to change it. So that's the first part that we're going to deep dive into each section. And then from there, we're saying, okay, what tools and resources do I have to help change my mindset on these things, to help influence them in a different perspective? What things can I do? What situations and positions can I put myself in that's going to make my life better? And if you like where you are in that space already, less work for you to do. Now, how can I use that, the methods that I learned to improve and work on this area of my life, and apply it to the next part, you know? And so once you get those basic like hierarchy of needs, now we can really dive into, what we see our future careers and future goals when it comes to professional things and personal things. What do we see that looking like? What do we want? What do we desire? What does our social life look like? What do relationships and love look like for us? What do our spiritual lives look like? So I hope you get the vision, and I hope you stay tuned, because I am excited. I'm very excited, and I hope you're excited too. I'm making this currently a couple months before the new year so I could be ready with some information for y'all. I've read this book called The Subconscious Mind, and that's what we're going to talk about a couple weeks from now. But next week, we're diving into our vision boards. We're diving into preparing a schedule, a realistic and a balanced schedule for our lives. So I'll see you then, hopefully. I just want to reiterate, you have the power to change your life. Only you. You have the power to change your reality. So if you're tired of it, if you're tired of staying the same, then make a promise to yourself and keep it this year. Stay disciplined, stay consistent, and join me and see how much our lives change together. Because I will not be repeating the same cycles this year. And if you feel the same, see you next week. All right, wherever you're at, whatever time it is, good morning, good evening, good night. Love ya. Goodbye.